Kirby. I mean, look at him. He's pink, round, and cute. It's impossible to think that someone doesn't like this little pink ball. Unless you think Kirby is for kids. One problem the Kirby series has had for a long time is being labeled as a kid's game. From the colorful color to the easy gameplay to the main character being pink. Thankfully, with Japanese media becoming more and more common in other parts of the world, people are more accepting of cute characters. I personally never had a problem with Kirby. I just think he's a cute guy and an excellent series to chill and relax. Still, Nintendo of America knew that Kirby was a bit too much cute, especially in the middle of the console wars with the cool and fast Sonic. So they decided to make some little changes. So why not show some differences between the Kirby we all know and love and the one Japan got? We should probably start with the most infamous regional difference, the box art. In the original Kirby's Dream Land or Hoshi no Kabi in Japan, meaning Kirby of the Stars, we can see that Kirby is two different colors, pink for the Japanese version and white for the international version. Why? This is because Daddy Sakurai and Mommy Miyamoto hadn't decided which color Kirby should be. Sakurai wanted Kirby to be pink, while Miyamoto wanted him to be yellow. As we all know, Sakurai won, but yellow Kirby became a recurring color mostly given to player 2. Fun fact, the yellow Kirby in Kirby's Dream Course is called Kiwi, while the other yellow Kirbys are known as just Yellow Kirby. Oh my god, the lore! Okay, back to the box. The reason why Kirby is white here is that Nintendo America didn't know which color to use, so they just used white because that's what Kirby looks like in the game. But that's not the end for box art. From Nightmare and Dreamland onwards, Kirby appears angry or serious in the international box art, but in the Japanese version, Kirby looks more happy or neutral. This trend ended in Kirby Triple Deluxe, with both the Japanese and the international versions having the same angry Kirby. Still, we didn't have a happy Kirby until Kirby Stars Allies in 2018. Justice at its finest. Epic yarn doesn't count. Now we can move on to the tiny details no one but idiots like me like, starting with the title screen of the first game. On the Japanese logo, we can see Hoshi no Kabi. And what's this? Green greens? That's right. The international logo for Kirby's Dream Land was too big for the little dancing Kirbys, so they moved them down, but didn't keep the ground, and also added this big boy. And there is this arrow. Moving on to Dreamland 2, we can see yet another change in the title screen, but this game has more than just that. When you defeat a mini-boss, a sack with one of the animal friends opens up. But what if you already had the animal friend hidden in the sack? You can get two extra friends, Gui and this female Gui. Well, in the Japanese version, this female Gui is Chao from the hit game Famicom Move Kashe
Famicom Mukashibanashi Hyūyūki.
Yeah, that. This means that every other place where Chao appears in the international version, he changed with female GUI. This includes the boss rush and minigames end screen and the sound test. Something interesting about this sound test is a reference to a scene in that game. Oddly enough, Chao and appear in Dreamland 3. Going over the other Game Boy games, the only notable thing we can see in Block Ball is a completely different intro cutscene. What's with these games and different title screens? Hilton Temple also has a different title screen, and some of the names of the mini games change, including changing Dance the Kirby to in Star Stalker. Some screens got changed. This one with Rick has the
jelly-filled donut
replaced by an apple and some sandwiches. This one has a crying Kirby. Come on Kirby, you only won a versus match. It's not that serious. Speaking of Star Stalker, this game got a pseudo remake on the Super Famicom with Kirby Super Star Stalker in 1998 just in Japan. You know that 1998? The one that had Ocarina of Time, Metal Gear and Half-Life? Yeah, that's 1998. It was intended to have an international version, but the SNES lifespan already ended in North America and Europe. But there is an English patch that I will put down in the description. This game is just Star Stalker with a story and better graphics. It's also the first time we get to hear the amazing Mass DDD team. I would talk more about this game, but I suck. Oh yeah, and Kirby and his friends get drunk. Speaking of the SNES, Kirby Superstar and Dreamland 3 doesn't have many noteworthy things to look at. Some different titles, some extra effects in the Japanese version, and some food changes in Superstar. And they removed this little Nintendo 16 joke in the international version of Dreamland 3 for some reason. A game that does have noteworthy difference is actually Kirby's Dream Course. The Japanese version not only does have a completely different title screen, it also has an actual story, complete with a cutscene. Oh, but I can't forget about Dr. Robotnik, Kirby's Avalanche. Everyone pretty much knows the story by now. They wanted to localize Puyo Puyo for the Genesis and the SNES, but they were afraid that the game wouldn't sell too well with the cute animal girls. Oh, how times have changed. So they remade the game with Kirby characters for the SNES version and Sonic characters in the Genesis version. And thank God they did. Kirby is so mean in this game, and it's the funniest thing ever. I think it's time to upgrade to the whole dimension. Look, they changed the jelly donut again. That was fun. Coming back to 2D, Nightmare in Dreamland and Amazing Mirror have nothing interesting. So look at this placeholder instead. True beauty. Canvas Curse, Squeeze Squad, and Superstar Ultra again don't have anything special, just the usual random change names for Europe and some glitches got a patch. Luckily, or sadly, Mass Attack does have a cool difference. The Japanese version has an enemy roll credits. I love when games do that, so it's sad to see we didn't get that. We go back to the third dimension to say that Kirby Epic Yarn has nothing special. So much for fans. At least in Return to Dreamland or Adventure Wii if you live in Europe, why? There are signs teaching you how to play the game. When you do the action correctly, a green checkmark appears. This green checkmark was changed by a red circle in the Japanese version. This is because in Japan, circles are often used as correct. This also applies to Triple Deluxe, Planet Robobot, Stars Allies, and the challenge stages included in Dream Collection. Return to Dreamland also included the worst problem the Kirby series has right now: mistranslating Kirby lore. It's kind of funny that Kirby has complicated lore, and it's an addition that makes the modern games even more fun. What's not fun is that we are missing huge chunks of lore due to bad translations. This doesn't affect Return to Dreamland that much, with the only big difference being that Magolor's soul is stated to have become trapped in hatred and obsession after being possessed in the Japanese version but not international. Before I lose my mind, why not tell a funny anecdote? You probably already know this due to my accent, but I am not a native English speaker. My native language is Spanish. What does it have to do with Kirby? Well, in the Spanish version of Return to Dreamland, Magolor is actually called Maglor. The thing is that when I was a stupid kid, I misread Maglor's names as Magolor. It wasn't until Star Allies that I realized that my version had a different name. How things turned out. Moving to the 3DS games, some abilities got name changes in the Japanese version. The Hypernova was called Big Bang, and Archer was called... wait, Sniper? The mint leaf was changed to the sweet potato. Apparently, this was his name in the original Dreamland, but the sprites were the same. And of course, more boss description differences. Speaking of the boss description, all the remaining Kirby games have no difference apart from these boss descriptions, especially in Star Allies due to all the religions themes. Religion in Kirby? What has this series become? If you really wanna know, I recommend that you read this post by Kuko Kirby Fan. I will post the link in the description. But I did forget a game, or should I say, games? That's right, Kirby Dream Collection. To be specific, the museum. The Japanese version is completely different from what we got. Not only do they have the Japanese box art for the games, not only do they show Superstar Stagger and the Kirby Ryback Kaja special, not only do they include a full 3D model of the Kirby slot machine, not only is every trivia box changed, but they also got 3 different manga. And wanna know the worst part? The game has a special region block protection, making it hard to emulate and even harder to play on actual hardware. And while we are talking about Japan having cooler stuff, have you seen the merchandise? Shirts, plushies, perfumes, plushies, artbooks, more plushies, notebooks, even more plushies, pillows, a fountain of dreams, music box, and of course, how can we forget the Kirby Cafe? A Kirby themed cafeteria including real cool looking Kirby food. And this cafeteria has even more exclusive merchandise and 2 soundtracks with exclusive remixes used in the cafeteria. And that's not even the only Kirby store. There were multiple Kirby collaborations like Kirby Poo Poo Train, Kirby Poo Poo Market, Kirby Poo Poo Paint, Kirby Sweet Party, and probably others that I don't know. To be honest, I could make a video on just this cool merchandise, but I'm too lazy for that, so comment below if you would be interested in something like that. In the end, Kirby is awesome, and over time, more and more people stop caring about if he is for kids or if he is too cute. The only thing that matters is that you aren't afraid of what you like. And before I end this video, there is one Kirby game exclusive to the Japan exclusive Satellaview, and add-on to the SNES that connects your console to a satellite to give you things like magazines or games. And that Kirby game is Kirby's Toy Box. Let's see how it is! This is the best game ever! Hi, post-production Sonico here, just to give a shout out to the current room floor for everything basically. There's a lot of cool stuff like cut content, regional differences, hidden stuff, so yeah, check that out. Another thing is the Kirby wiki. It has a lot of information in every Kirby game, every Kirby character, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Sorry for the delay in this video, I swear next video will be quicker. And that's that. Subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see you on the next drive.